Erling Haaland is the ultimate blow that confirms the Mr. Champions League throne is now in full succession. His relentless goal scoring suggests he is set to establish a new standard that could prove unachievable. He is destined to be the competition's absolute dominant force over the next decade. And that path is mapped out by several crucial factors. The most compelling case for Haaland is purely statistical. The data unveils a scoring rate unparalleled in history, eclipsing the progression of the most prolific strikers ever, including his idols. Haaland operates with a ruthless statistical efficiency never before witnessed in the Champions League. His most recent landmark saw him become the quickest player in the tournament's history to bag 50 goals, managing it in just 49 appearances. This achievement underscores his instant impact, shattering Ruud van Nistelrooy's former record of 62 games and giving the Norwegian an overwhelming 13-match cushion. Haaland's impact is generational, also holding the record as the youngest to reach 40 tournament goals with 23 years and 130 days, edging out Kylian Mbappe and, crucially, Lionel Messi by almost a year. Currently, Erling is chasing Messi's iconic benchmark of 60 goals in 80 matches, but the analysis projects he will reach or surpass 60 goals in under 60 games, confirming his exponential efficiency. For context, Lewandowski required 85 games, Mbappe 89, and Cristiano Ronaldo needed 98 appearances to hit the 60-goal mark in the Champions League, taking 183 matches to clock up his record 140 goals. The deficit in matches confirms a paradigm shift in goal-scoring efficiency. Legends like Messi and Ronaldo built their initial milestones on high involvement and possession. Haaland's metrics, however, point towards maximum incision and minimalist touch involvement. His violent rise confirms that the new era of football, defined by verticality and rapid transitions, is perfectly calibrated for the out-and-out striker archetype. Haaland is a historical anomaly, confirming the old Champions League progression rules are obsolete. The ultimate measure of Haaland's worth lies in his impact on Pep Guardiola's meticulously structured Manchester City. For a gaffer notorious for the false nine and midfield dominance, the Norwegian's arrival triggered a complete structural overhaul. The squad moved from fluid positional interchange to operating with a defined reference point. This philosophical pivot is the ultimate validation of Haaland's uniqueness. Guardiola, whose defining 2011 Champions League victory relied on players averaging nearly 90 touches per game, had to adapt his approach to exploit the Norwegians' devastating direct play and finishing. Haaland often registers fewer than 30 touches, yet this is routinely enough to bag a brace or more. This playing style echoes a world football legend, Hugo Sanchez. In the 1989-1990 La Liga season, the Real Madrid forward clinched the top goalscorer award with 38 goals, all scored with a single touch. While Hugo's assets differed wildly from Erling's, the core premise of minimalism remains identical. This tactical shift means the team's chief creators now have a singular objective: creative delivery. But that creative engine was crying out for a refresh. The 2024 to 2025 campaign was a season of survival for City, as Pep himself admitted, exposing critical vulnerabilities in the engine room, especially after Rodri and De Bruyne were sidelined. The side lacked a central core, lost its fear factor, and became vulnerable. And with Kevin De Bruyne now gone, the board and Guardiola didn't hang about. The response was a veto against failure and a strategic refresh of aging or underperforming talent to construct the next dynasty around Haaland. The message is crystal clear: Haaland is the focal point, and the new squad is engineered to feed and protect him. The arrivals of players like Ryan Cherki, Tijani Reinders, and Ryan Ait-Nouri are the machinery Haaland needs. These are the ideal partners, purpose-built to maximise his hunger for goals. Tijani Reinders. With City lacking vigour and mobility in the engine room last term, Tijani Reinders arrived as the box-to-box dynamo Guardiola craved. He offers the energy and athleticism to win the ball quickly and maintain a high tempo. His ability to dictate play from midfield, coupled with his eye for goal and chance creation, anchors the side in advanced positions, freeing up creative players and, crucially, ensures Haaland receives more quality supply after turnovers in the opposition half. He is now the joint leader in assists alongside Jeremy Doku, who creates openings from deeper areas. Ryan Cherki. At his young age, the Frenchman is already rated as one of Europe's most dangerous creators. Last season, Cherki topped the Big Five leagues in chances created and expected assists for under 21 players. This stat should be putting fear into rival centre-backs. Guardiola has given Haaland the ultimate chance creator, an artist whose sole purpose is to serve the game's most devastating goal scorer. Ryan Ait-Nouri. He injects pace and depth down the left flank. His presence gives Guardiola the option of an enthusiastic attacking full-back, providing Erling with a new angle for crosses and rapid transitions that he thrives on. The arrival of this trio, alongside January signings, Doku's creative output, and Rodri's return from a long-term injury, is stark evidence that City are revamping the squad to exploit Haaland's predatory quality inside the box. The Norwegian is, for many, the best striker in the world, but he will only become the new Mr. Champions if he has the right partners to sustain the intensity, mobility, and press Pep's system demands. This renewal is the armour plating, ensuring City won't rely on just one player, but on an offensive blueprint designed to smash every Champions League record. Because if world football's most influential coach, a true systems engineer, sacrifices positional fluidity for a more defined vertical structure, it is because the player demands it. Erling, with his sheer physical presence, exerts a unique gravitational pull that fundamentally alters the tactical foundations of a championship side. These attributes are key to his lethality. His strength, pace, and height allow him to secure clearer chances. Compared to another City legend, Sergio Aguero, the Argentine took more shots, and those shots were generally of higher quality. However, Erling boasts superior conversion rates linked to the clarity of opportunities, which subsequently results in a higher average goal tally. Confidence in this new direction is absolute. Pep Guardiola has publicly stated there is no conceivable limit to the goals Haaland can accumulate in the Champions League, reinforcing the thesis of long-term dominance. But to guarantee Erling establishes that legacy, his fitness record must be secured first. Recent seasons have seen injury uncertainty, with ankle and muscle niggles sidelining him for up to 14 games. However, last term, Erling only missed 8 matches through injury, his second-best campaign. This improvement reflects the growing physical maturity required by the league's intensity. The club backs his discipline, providing a dedicated physio during international breaks. Though he doesn't boast Cristiano Ronaldo's clean injury history, his physical makeup is similarly robust and durable. Both men have suffered similar types of injuries, yet their obsessive care ensures they return with their goal-scoring hunger totally intact. The most crucial factor is their shared obsession with peak fitness, and critically, the mental edge. While Haaland's strength and pace are obvious, the true justification for his dominance is cognitive. His relentless success stems from a tactical intelligence often undersold beneath his physical profile. The secret to Haaland's clinical execution begins long before the ball is played. Analysis of his game reveals a process of constant scanning. This peripheral vision builds a mental map of the space around him. Looking over his shoulder, identifying pockets of space, preparing his body to receive the ball, and timing his run to perfection. He has been documented performing up to 6 scans in just 10 seconds prior to a final shot. This cognitive anticipation ensures his game is built on the agility of action, not reaction. Haaland's ultimate tactical sophistication lies in his movement off the ball and his mastery of exploiting the defender's blindside, the area where the rival cannot simultaneously track both the ball and him. He constantly positions himself between or slightly behind centre-backs. His simple yet lethal curved run hides him from the defender, forcing the rival to worry about maintaining eye contact. When the defender follows the run, they open the very space Haaland needs to accelerate and attack. Once the defender focuses solely on the ball, Haaland uses a burst of acceleration and a sudden change of rhythm to exploit the open space, leaving his marker for dead. This micro-tactic, engineered for a millisecond advantage, is his true superpower. As the old football adage goes, the speed of the brain is infinitely more important than the legs. In that regard, competitiveness is key. Haaland is pitting himself against some of the best teams in a Premier League that promises to be one of the most hotly contested in years. The overall standard of competition has driven every club to sign elite talent, develop youth, and implement tactical masterminds on the pitch. This forces every player and team in the league to up their game. On a continental scale, this translates into a handful of sides ready to deploy genuinely devastating football. Furthermore, the new Champions League format also hands the Norwegian a distinct advantage in his quest to become the future Mr. Champions. Firstly, the current structure allows for more matches in the league phase, increasing to 8 up from 6, which means greater scoring opportunities. Secondly, the increase in spaces means a broader range of opponents, many of whom are smaller teams than in previous editions. What looked obvious on paper has now crystallised. The number of thrashings has increased and consequently the average goals per game has risen exponentially. Haaland's current goal per game rate will skyrocket with these 2 additional chances. While legends built their first 100 goals under the old format, Haaland will do so on a freshly paved motorway. To be considered the next Mr. Champions, a player must rack up the stats, deliver absolute moments of dominance, and clinch the Champions League trophy consistently. Erling has achieved the first 2. He must now complete the system to lift the trophy again. His speed, his system, and his scanning intelligence have forced the succession. His mentality, that constant dissatisfaction even after a brace, is the engine that will drive him to the top. With a team engineered for his genius, a unique tactical designation, a complete physical and mental skill set, and a new competition format that favours him, we are witnessing the ascent of the next Mr. Champions. His record of more goals than games is the clearest warning. Cristiano's 140 goal record is on borrowed time. The question now is, will Erling manage to overtake the highest Champions League winners? Will he become the top scorer in fewer appearances than anyone else? And most importantly, will he do it at Manchester City? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more content about world football. However, there is another player at the tournament's most successful club who is also stalking Cristiano's records. A man following in his footsteps who, like the Norwegian, is aiming to be the future Mr. Champions. If you want to see the full analysis of Kylian Mbappé and how he is carrying Real Madrid this season, click on the video right here.